When it comes to fighting games, there's always going to be three groups of people that classify themselves as fans. Group A, these are the people that play that fighting game a couple of times and somehow they think that they are huge fans of the game. Group B, they only care about the combat of the game, mechanics, fighting system and fighters. And lastly, Group B, they care about the lore and story of the game. They like to know why somebody is punching or getting punched. Many of them care more of the lore than the fighting system of the game. You could say Group B and Group C are in a weird relationship, like a politician and a prostitute. They are always together, but you never see them together. Hollywood always tries to cash out on anything that has a fandom, and they like trying to adapt a property that they don't understand and will never try to even understand. Mortal Kombat 2021 is the most annoying, stupid, boring, insultive, stupid movie I've ever seen, and yes, I said stupid twice. At no point did I feel I was watching anything Mortal Kombat. It's like somebody actually sucked out the soul of this movie before they gave it to us. The original Mortal Kombat movie was a product of its time. It was fun, interesting, cheesy, but it had that dark soul that Mortal Kombat had. Mortal Kombat Annihilation was a bad movie, and I don't think you can find anybody that would say it wasn't, but it has its charms. But for me, watching the trailer of this Mortal Kombat 2021, I knew it already had problems. Creating your own characters instead of using any of the characters that are in the game that is like close to 100 is just stupid if you ask me. You have up to 100 characters with lore and backstory, and you ignore all of them and created your own character. Why? The Bohan and Hanzo storyline to me wasn't really good, or I should just say stupid. Making Sub-Zero the bad guy kind of destroys their storyline if you ask me. Making Sub-Zero the bad guy destroys their storyline from Mortal Kombat 4. In that, Quan Chi pretended to be Sub-Zero and went and killed Scorpion's family. We all know who wronged Scorpion, but Scorpion thinks it's Sub-Zero. When you make Sub-Zero the bad guy, kinds of destroys Quan Chi's grand scheme and how he made both of them just pawns in that scheme. But when you take that out, there's no real message of revenge, redemption and forgiveness from Sub-Zero's brother. So it wasn't that good for me. The idea of dragon tattoos is very stupid. Nowhere in the games will you find anything about dragon tattoo. It was stupid in Mortal Kombat Annihilation and it's stupid here. Like, how would you take one of the most stupid things from Annihilation and bring it to 2021? Are you okay? But the elder gods or whoever picked the fighters must be high, because they gave the tattoo to unworthy people. Like, no wonder we lost 9 MK tournaments. But here's why it's really stupid. If you kill whoever has the dragon tattoo or the mark, it transfers to the killer. Does that sound like a reasonable system? If I mistakenly run over somebody that has the mark will be transported to me. I am a freaking truck driver. Now I'm dragged into this shit. Like, do you see a truck driver fighting to protect Earth in Mortal Kombat? Wait a minute, that's not a bad idea for a character. Anyway, Mortal Kombat is a movie about Mortal Kombat that is not about Mortal Kombat. It's literally the events before the Mortal Kombat tournaments even starts. It's like making a movie about the 2021 Olympics, but the movie is about before the Olympics. That makes sense. Anyway, instead of Shang Tsung to win the last tournament and claim Earth, he decided to go behind everybody's back and kill the Earth fighters before the tournament starts. Mortal Kombat was literally designed to prevent any of this shit he's doing. He is literally doing the sole reason why the tournament was invented, and nobody noticed, not even the elder gods. Can somebody tell Sub-Zero the first thing they taught us in ninja class was stealth? Nah, Raiden was an annoying asshole, a bully and a little bitch. The first thing he says is this
is what I have to work with.
No shit, Sherlock. Where were you when the better options were getting killed? The original Raiden, you can tell that this god had a lot of wisdom. This guy is far from it. He attacked Kenu for no reason. Kenu is the most accomplished fighter you have there, you dumbass. He killed Reptile, he got half of the fighters to your temple, and he was the only one who was not afraid of the bad guys when they came to your temple. I mean, look at this badass mother. He's eating in a time like this. And let's not talk about who was the first to get his inner power.
Come on, Kano. I knew I'd get mine first.
Raiden, you are a god, the great protector of Earthrealm, the thunder god, and you are telling me a sorcerer invaded your temple and the only thing you could do was create a protection spell or a protection force field? That's what you're telling me. That's the only thing you could do. That's like telling me a native doctor goes to Sango's temple when Sango is in that temple. She took Sango, and all Sango could do was cast a protection field that covered just half of his temple, not even all. Great protector, my balls. Then Raiden leaves his staff in his room, which the room was supposed to be locked because they showed us at first the door was locked. It wasn't locked and it wasn't protected. And for some reason, Raiden is not even in the building. He probably went to go and renew his Pornhub subscription, or he probably went to room 306. Kano breaks his staff. Let me say that again. A mere human breaks the staff of a god. For me to believe that, that means I have to believe that a mere human can break Thor's hammer. And if you can believe that, we can never ever have a conversation. And here's the best part. Raiden runs from his own temple like a little bitch. And guess what? That isn't even the funny part. In his poor excuse of an escape, he lets Kung Lao die. First of all, Shang Tsung doesn't have the force grab ability, okay? But you know what? Let's just give it to him. Kung Lao, my guy, the only ability you have in this life and in your state right now, the next life, is teleportation. How did you die? Dude, you had to create Captain America shit throwing into your cap so you could have projectile abilities. Your only ability is teleportation. Bro, how did you forget about that and die? Mortal Kombat has always been a one-on-one. Did anybody forget about that? Because when I'm watching this movie, the reptile fight was a 3-on-1, the Millennium was kind of like a 2-on-1 at the end, and Sub-Zero's own was a 2-on-1. So that's not really Mortal Kombat. The original goal was scary, and the idea that one of our fighters was going to go up against him was a scary idea. But here they just hyped him for no reason and they killed him off so easily. You're telling me Cole had no problem beating Goro, but now he has a problem beating a girl that can never ever give anybody head? He had to ask for extra help. Really? Okay. Now Raiden transported his fighters and the bad guys to have a one-on-one match like in different places in the world. And somehow we forgot that would be a good idea to do when they came to his house.
We need to split them up. Lord Raiden, can you send anyone anywhere? Well, they don't want a tournament. Let's give them one.
Raiden, I think I have a better idea. Why don't you transport one of them here, then all of us gang up on him. We keep doing that till we run out of people, okay? I will be the champion. Liu Kang, useless, die. Low level Cabal is who Liu Kang is having problems with. Cabal, I can clearly say Earthrealm is doomed. They better start praying to Lord Shokan. Sonya and Jax, they existed. That's all I can tell you about this movie. Sonya gets her tattoo and her inner power at the same convenient time, which is stupid, but if we let it go, it makes Cole even more useless. She got her tattoo and in like 5 minutes she got her inner power. Cole, you have had that tattoo since you were born, and it's now you are getting your inner power. Well done, eh?
Give me Reiko. I got a score to settle.
What the? How do you know his name? Jax, how do you know his name? You met him for just a few seconds. How do you know his name? Look, for us who know Mortal Kombat, when we see some of these characters, we know them immediately. We just see them. Someone who knows nothing about the game will be like, who the hell is this? Who is this? Who's that? For heaven's sake, us that know Mortal Kombat, we didn't even know who Jax was fighting in the last fight. We had to check him up. There's a character named Reiko who has only showed in 2 Mortal Kombat games that were on the PlayStation 2. The remaining of the times he was just a cameo, and somehow they thought it was a good idea to put him in this game. Well done, yeah. This movie is so annoying. In fact, who wrote and directed this movie? See them. Wait a minute. I know you. Where do I know you from? Well, that makes sense now. Son of a yep, that's Mortal Kombat 2021 for you. A big dumb movie that you will compare it to the original. And don't come and tell me, oh well, you can't compare it to the original movie. That's not how stuff works. If there's an original property or an original thing, it will always be compared when there's a remake. That's how shit works. Then I start hearing people say stuff like, let's give it credit for following the games a little bit. That's your job. Why should I give you credit when that's like the only thing you should have been doing? doing. If there's anything annoying me the most from these movies, when I keep hearing people say that, oh, the choreography was good. Really? I've seen Power Rangers with better fight scenes. But on a serious note, when people say that, I just realized the amount of people that have not watched The Raid. Now that I think about it, The Raid had more scenes that we can call fatality than this Mortal Kombat had. So if you are looking for some good fights in a movie, please watch The Raid 1 and 2, and you will not regret it. You can thank me later. Woo! Thank you for watching this video. I know it's been a while I've done a video, but I'm back and I'll be dropping a lot of videos more frequently like before. Please, if you like this video, like and share it because I need that. And please drop a comment if you have anything to say about this movie, because I really like to hear what you guys think about it. Me personally, I don't think it's a good movie. What do you think? You think it's a good movie? You think there should be part 2, or you should just scrap it and start all over again? I don't know. If you love movies, please subscribe to this channel, because I think I'm going to be talking about a lot of movies nowadays, because that's one thing I really love. So subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll catch you on the next video. Stay diamond, people.